A student asks a great sage to explain all of Judaism while standing on one leg. This would seem like an impossible task. How can anyone explain such a profound body of knowledge in just a few small moments? A challenging question, even for a great sage.
Cabalah. Since the dawn of human existence, Cabalah has been a concealed source of Judaic and universal truths. In ancient times, the word Kabbalah would strike fear into the hearts of most rabbis. Only a privileged few were allowed to enter into its private domain. Many misconceptions surround these ancient teachings. Kabbalah is not a sect or cult within Judaism. Kabbalah is the spiritual wisdom that includes and accompanies all of Judaism. The purpose of Kabbalah? To reveal the inner secret meaning of Jewish practice, to help us understand and resolve the problems that penetrate our lives, leading us to a richer, fuller existence. The Torah tells us how to practice Judaism. The Kabbalah tells us why. We will now embark on a spellbinding journey into the ancient Judaic world of Kabbalah. We will peer into many original manuscripts and secret books. Most of these sacred documents are being viewed in public for the first time in history, shedding new light on puzzling questions. Questions about Judaism are usually answered because it's written. But people yearn for more complete answers to haunting questions. Why is there suffering, pain, evil? Why does one person experience misfortune while another person prospers? Why do our prayers seem to go unanswered? Too many people leave the synagogue feeling empty, unfulfilled, confused. Science may teach us about the laws of nature, but Kabbalah asks, how were these laws created and why? Kabbalah explains who we are, why we are here, and how we can start living more balanced, rewarding lives. It was the time of Abraham. 3,800 years ago in human history. Abraham was the very first Jew, the first man to understand that there is only one God. However, the story of Abraham conceals a deeper truth. God is not a holy being in heaven who punishes and rewards. Abraham revealed the true nature of God. When viewing the universe as individual parts, everything seems disconnected, without purpose. Abraham perceived beyond this limited view. He discovered thought, design, and purpose in the individual parts. Everything was mysteriously interconnected, working as one. Abraham could be called the world's first quantum physicist, for he understood what today's physicists are just now discovering.
The entire universe has to be understood as a single, undivided whole.
Through Kabbalah, we learn the Judaic term holy really means holy, referring to the unbroken wholeness of our universe. a deeper level of reality without fragmentation, uncertainty, or chaos. When Abraham said there is only one God, he really meant the entire universe operates as one. Therefore, each individual part, each individual event can influence our lives. The true purpose of Judaism, to utilize the knowledge of Abraham, so we in turn can influence our universe, giving us real control over our own lives. Abraham's knowledge is revealed in the first book of Kabbalah, Sefer Yetzirah, the Book of Formation, perhaps the oldest known document in Jewish history. Remarkably, the entire book is only a few pages long. How can all the wonders of the universe be compressed into so small a volume? The book is actually a coded formula. Consider the formula E equals mc squared. 5 simple characters, concealing all the mathematical equations defining time, space, and motion. And so it is with the mysteries of our universe. They too are encoded inside the Book of Formation. Mount Sinai. Moses. The revelation. When Moses receives the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai, he receives both the outer body of Judaism, the Torah, and the inner soul, the Cabalah. Moses teaches the Torah to all of Israel. However, the Cabalah is tightly guarded and concealed. The secret teachings are only transmitted by word of mouth to a small circle of sages. We now move to the 2nd century, a time of Holocaust. The Romans occupy Israel and destroy the Holy Temple. Great sages are condemned to death for teaching Torah. Here we meet the world's greatest Kabbalist, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, disciple of the great Rabbi Akiva. When the Romans kill his great teacher, Rabbi Shimon lashes out, earning him the sentence of death. The secrets of Judaism are now in danger of being lost forever. The Upper Galilee, a small cave in the mountains. It was this very place, 2,000 years ago, where Rabbi Shimon fled with his son, escaping the decree of death. They remain here for 13 years in hiding. During seclusion, Rabbi Shimon receives divine learning from Elijah the prophet and Moses. The result, the major book of Kabbalah, the Zohar. Moses tells Rabbi Shimon that the Torah is a coded message. That visually coded information is programmed into the unique shape of each Hebrew letter. The Zohar is the master key that unlocks all the codes of the Torah. A book that has the power to emanate positive spiritual energy to all those who will simply read from its pages. Rabbi Shimon becomes one of the leading pioneers of the Talmud. Meanwhile, his students commit his Zohar teachings to writing. The manuscripts are then hidden away, concealed from mankind. 1,200 years later, Spanish Kabbalist Rabbi Moses de Leon discovers the original manuscripts. Why was the Zohar concealed for so long? The Zohar itself gave the reason 12 centuries earlier.
The teachings must be revealed 1,200 years after the destruction of the Second Temple.
The Second Temple was destroyed in the year 70. Remarkably, Rabbi Moses de Leon reveals the Zohar in 1270, as the Zohar predicted. The 16th century, the most influential Kabbalist in Jewish history, Rabbi Isaac Luria. Known as the Ari, Rabbi Luria becomes a scholar of the Talmud while still in his teens. Then he discovers the Zohar. For 13 years he lives as a hermit, penetrating the deepest secrets of Kabbalah. He meditates on one passage of Zohar for months, until the inner meaning is revealed to him. The Ari deciphers the Zohar, giving it structure, organization. Contained in these ancient blueprints, Judaic truths that explain quantum physics, the origins of our universe, the origins of evil, and the true nature of God. The Creator is revealed as infinite, endless energy. Not a physical energy, but a spiritual energy of infinite intelligence, unlimited goodness, an unchanging, eternal, boundless force, embracing all the fulfillment, happiness, and power we all seek in our lives, a constant, all-pervading emanation of light, everywhere, always. This energy, the very essence of our physical universe. 500 years later, modern-day science agrees.
Mass is no longer associated with a material substance. Particles are seen as bundles of energy.
The Ari uncovers extraordinary secrets inside the Zohar. Among them, he unveils a stunning account of evolution that extends far beyond what Darwin will explain. He discovers a system, a roadmap, which will allow people to achieve genuine control and direction over their personal lives. His 16th century writings reveal that the spiritual energy of the Messiah will begin to descend into the world in the year 1948 on a Friday. The State of Israel is born in 1948 on a Friday afternoon. The Ari passes on in the year 1572. He is buried here in the mystical city of Svat, in the land of Israel. The famed Kabbalist Rabbi Abraham Azulai reveals a decree proclaimed by the early sages of Judaism.
From the year 1540 onward, it is most important that all young and old study Kabbalah in public. Only through the merit of Kabbalah will we forever eliminate war and inhumanity.
The prohibition against learning Kabbalah is now over. World Jewry divides into two streams: Ashkenazi, Jews from Central and Eastern Europe, and Sephardic. A major misconception in Judaism, the origin of the term Sephardic. Most people apply this term to Jews who descend from Spain. However, the true definition of the word Sephardic was revealed by the Zohar long before there was a country called Spain. With the prohibition now over, many Sephardic rabbis in North Africa, the Middle East, and India incorporate the powers of the Zohar into everyday life. However, for many Jews in Europe, the doors to Kabbalah remain locked. Many European rabbis who never experienced the wisdom of Kabbalah oppose its public teaching. Many Kabbalists are persecuted by some of their own rabbinical colleagues. Rabbi Yehuda Halevi Ashlag. the most profound mystic of the 20th century. Scholared in the Talmud by age 15. Head of the Jewish court in Warsaw by age 18. Rabbi Ashlag is a man blessed with immense powers of meditation. In the 1920s, he warns of a black cloud hovering over European Jewry. He warns of a dangerous spiritual decline in Judaism, the likes of which mankind has never seen before. 1922, Rabbi Ashlag opens a yeshiva in Israel dedicated to teaching the Zohar. The Cabalah Learning Center is born. The chief rabbis of Israel applaud his efforts. Others oppose. 1943, Rabbi Ashlag begins the first ever translation of the Zohar for the layperson. Says Rabbi Ashlag,
Sword and slaughter come to the world because people fail to study the Holy Zohar.
Tel Aviv, 1954. Rabbi Ashlag finishes his work on the Zohar. Mankind must now be given the power to prevent another Holocaust. 1955, Yom Kippur. The great Rabbi Ashlag passes on. Succeeding him as leader of the center, his beloved disciple, Rabbi Yehuda Brandwein. Rabbi Brandwein, a descendant from a long line of Hasidic rabbis leading back to the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Hasidic movement. 1964, Rabbi Brandwein meets a young Orthodox rabbi from New York traveling to Israel. A profound relationship begins. Together, after midnight, they plumb the depths of Kabbalah, uncovering its hidden treasures. After many years of preparing his beloved student, Rabbi Brandwein writes him a striking letter in 1968.
Now that you've accepted the presidency of the yeshiva, I found the need to tell you the purpose of the center. We saw how the Holy Torah was used to cause separation amongst Jews, so we started the center with the approval of the great rabbis of the last generation, including Rabbi Kook and Rabbi Sonnenfeld. Our sole purpose, to teach young people as it is written in the Zohar. For after someone begins on this path of knowledge, he will only look inward, learning how to fix himself, instead of trying to fix other people.
In 1969, Rabbi Brandwein passes on. The torch is now passed to an Orthodox rabbi from America, Rabbi Philip Berg.
Get up in the morning slaving for bread, sir. So
The 1960s are coming to an end. Rabbi Berg begins lecturing at Tel Aviv University. For the first time in 3,800 years, the teachings of Kabbalah are spoken about in public.
Get up in the
A 20th century Kabbalist, a modern-day mystic. Rabbi Philip Berg, one of the few rabbis in history to be entrusted with the ancient keys to the Kabbalah. Karen Berg encourages her husband to open the doors of Kabbalah to Jews everywhere, including America. She provides a spark that will ignite a spiritual awakening within many Jews around the world. The home of Rabbi Berg in Queens, New York. A beacon of light that now radiates from Jerusalem to Los Angeles, from Mexico to Paris. The ancient vaults to Kabbalah are now opened. Rabbi Shimon, the author of the Zohar, said that in our very generation,
The wisdom of Kabbalah should be made available to everyone, even a 6-year-old child.
The power of Kabbalah lies in its ability to confront and address provocative questions and topics that haunt each and every one of us.
What really happens after we die? Is there life after death? What happened to our loved ones who are no longer with us? Did they pass away, or do they pass onward? Centuries before man discovers the world is round, the Zohar reveals
The whole earth spins in a circle like a ball, with some inhabitants below and some above.
ancient scientists calculate 2,000 stars in the universe. The Zohar proclaims hundreds of billions. The Zohar speaks about black holes in the cosmos, concepts of energy, and secrets for healing and medicine. According to the Zohar, as man approaches the 21st century, nature's deepest secrets will be revealed to science. At the same time, many secrets of the Torah will also be revealed to science. 1989. Professor Doron Witzum, a physicist at the Jerusalem College of Technology, publishes a book in which he reveals the results of a special project. The Torah was entered into a computer, letter by letter. The computer was then programmed to look for codes interwoven into the sacred texts. The work is reviewed by mathematicians from major universities, including Harvard and Yale. The results are astonishing. Encoded inside the following Torah passage, Professor Witzum discovered Hitler, Nazi. Here, the actual Torah story reads, building bricks for burning ovens, end of all flesh. Encoded into the passage, we find also in Auschwitz. This story speaks about the massacre of a large nation, encoded inside. Trains to extermination in Auschwitz by the hand of the SS. Gas. Zyklon B. Zyklon B was the actual chemical used in the gas chambers. Remarkably, all the codes concerning the Holocaust are found in a section of the Torah dealing with the destruction of the Jewish nation. They are grouped together, interconnected in specific passages, defying the laws of probability. Professor Witzum's work is thoroughly examined by mathematicians. The researchers conclude that the codes appearing in the Torah cannot be considered coincidence. There is a definite mathematical pattern to the codes appearing in the Holy Scriptures. If even one letter of the Torah were to be removed, the codes would scramble into chaos. Here we have a Torah story dealing with sexual corruption. Encoded into this story, we discover HIV, virus, immune, death in the blood, AIDS. Compelling computer research. However, important questions must now be raised. Were the events of human history predetermined? Is our future already decided? If so, how can we ever have free will? The Zohar's answer is remarkably similar to scientific theories concerning parallel universes. To help us understand this concept, Consider a multiplex cinema. Inside there are many theaters, each one projecting a different movie. We have the free choice to decide which movie we want to see. However, we have no control over the actual movie because it is already predetermined. The script itself is already written. Our only free will is to decide which story, which movie we want to experience. According to Cabalah, all the different movies, all the infinite possibilities concerning human destiny exist in parallel universes, and they also exist within the Torah. According to the Zohar, we can decide which universe, which movie we will experience. How we go about choosing our universe is revealed through the study of Kabbalah. According to the Kabbalist, the laws of nature are the same laws that govern human nature. When we understand these laws through the Zohar, we can then learn how to switch movies, how to substitute our impending future for a more positive destiny, so that each of us can enjoy a more rewarding and more enriching life. It's not mere coincidence that Kabbalah is being revealed in the same century in which nature's deepest secrets are being discovered by the great scientific thinkers. Albert Einstein, Erwin Schrödinger, Werner Heisenberg, winners of the Nobel Prize for their contributions to science. In his book Quantum Questions, author Ken Wilber reveals that each one of these scientists, after studying modern physics,
Nevertheless, all became mystics.
he continues,
If they did not get their mysticism from a study of modern physics, where did they get it?
in the words of Albert Einstein,
Everyone who is seriously involved in the pursuit of science becomes convinced that a spirit is manifest in the laws of the universe.
in Kabbalah, the secrets of science, religion, psychology, business, and medicine are unified into a single body of knowledge. Prayers, Jewish holidays, the laws of keeping kosher, the holy Sabbath. The Torah tells us how. Only the Zohar can tell us why.
A student asks a great sage to explain all of Judaism while standing on one leg. This sage was very wise indeed. He replied to the student, "Love thy neighbor as thyself. All the rest is commentary. Now, go and learn."